How's everybody doing?
How you doing tonight?
Feeling wonderful.
Feeling awesome.
How are you?
Grateful.
Great, great.
Grateful for everything going on. We have this incredible mixture of like technology and people doing good things.
Yes.
We've had representatives from the UN, and now we get you.
I'm grateful to be here. Honored to be here, everybody.
Awesome. So everybody knows a little something about your music, your films, all the things you've been doing, super amazing projects. But I thought this was a cool story. You were interested in working with Microsoft in the AI faction of this, which is pretty progressive, because you wanted to help make technology attainable to the inner cities, kids, allow them to dream a little bit.
Yeah. Well, Microsoft had already started that mission when they approached me to partner with them. I just wasn't familiar with how technology was being used in such a positive way. Once I learned more about AI and saw how AI was being used to help people who couldn't see or who were blind or had sight deficiency, help them to see. I saw it working with kids who had disabilities, and I realized, my partnership with Microsoft would give me a chance to say, hey, Microsoft, we need to take this technology and this education into our neighborhoods, into the communities where people don't get exposed to this, so they don't feel like they are part of this conversation or part of this moving world. And that's what has been one of my greatest missions when it comes to being a part of this whole technology and AI connection.
That's incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
Just seeing a kid's face light up because they see all the endless possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, I have a foundation called the Common Ground Foundation, and we're based in Chicago, and we've been working with teens from Chicago, from the inner city, and just exposing them to all types of things, whether it goes from nutrition to yoga to just having academic support and mentorship. And when we partnered with Microsoft, we made a pact that they would contribute not only technology, they contributed money and everything to our foundation to basically help advance our youth. And I feel like kids everywhere deserve that opportunity. Black and brown kids, white, Asian, but the black and brown community is so underserved when it comes to where technology is, and really feeling connected to it, that we have to be the advocates for it. And I have to be an advocate, especially me. Like, I was the guy that was really kind of not moving close to technology. I'm like, I'm about the heart. But once I see we can put our hearts into this technology, into these devices to good use, then I was all for it.
Yeah. So Common Ground Foundation, you also do mentorships.
Oh yeah, we do mentorships. We just had a great camp. Like, you gotta understand, there's kids from my city who grew up on the south side of Chicago who've never been to downtown Chicago. And some have never been outside of their neighborhood. Some have never been outside of the city. So one thing we just had at the end of July, which was really fun for the kids, but it's really enlightening and inspiring, is we had a camp where our kids, they went banana boating. They went, they did all. They were creating music, doing arts programs, but it was at a camp that was far, and it was in Wisconsin, so it's far away from the inner city of Chicago. And we have like talks with the young men. The young men sit with the mentors, the male mentors, and just have open-hearted talks. The young ladies do the same thing, and we've had some of the best talks ever. It's really enlightening. You can't help but tear up listening to these young men talk, and it's a beautiful thing. I think with all the ability, gifts that we all have in this room, that you have, Denise, that we owe it to our future. We owe it to people in this world, even not only the youth. We owe it to other people to do good with what our abilities are. And that can stand from any place we stand, whether we're working in technology, whether we're a teacher or educator, whether we do journalism, whether we're an artist. I just feel wherever we sit and stand, we should be doing something good out in the world.
So that segues perfectly. You're doing a lot of work right now with Adopt a Classroom with your mom.
Yeah, well, I was able to do the adopted classroom. My mother's a teacher,
Exactly.
a retired
educator from Chicago.
Yeah, she's an educator from Chicago who was a teacher, but eventually went on to become a principal. And I learned a lot from my mother through example. My mother would bring different kids home from school that was having troubles, and that really made me value having a parent who cared, you know, because I was raised with my mother and my grandmother, and eventually my stepfather, but seeing my mother as a teacher just taught me what I wanted to do. Taught me that for those who don't have, I need to be there. And that's why you'll see me speaking up for black and brown justice, because or for women equality is because when things are lopsided, we gotta even it out to get the world in the right place. So I learned from my mother, and we did adopt a classroom because I get asked the question, what would I have done if I wasn't a hip hop artist or an actor? And I say I would have been a teacher.
Oh yes.
Now I gotta say, teachers, I don't even know if I was even have the level and the patience that teachers have. And so many teachers, we did this adopt a classroom session, and we contributed to that because teachers go spend their own money for supplies for students. Like they said 96% of the teachers spend their own money for supplies for students. Teachers should be getting paid more money. Teachers should be getting the money that I get for going on a show, do a show.
Yeah. So some of these kids don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
Show up and you just get to do you.
Oh man, it was funny, man. The kids, it was kids from like 6 years old to 10, and I was trying to get the kids aroused. They ain't know who Common was. And then my mother came on with her whole principal mentality, and she got the kids going. I was like, wait, this is tripped out. My mother is 72 years old, and she rocked the crowd. I'm sitting there, and the kids looking at me like, you slouch, get out of here.
So your mom, was she your first role model?
Yeah, my mother is definitely my first role model. My second would be Muhammad Ali, and you know, I'm a believer in God, so that's the first and foremost thing that I would say sets my example and is my guide. But my mother, thank God, was somebody who I could watch and is a role model still to this day.
So you're just an instrument.
I'm an instrument. I believe we all are instruments. You're an instrument too, right? We all are. And I don't think any instrument is greater than the other. Some get more spotlight than the others. Some get, more publicity and popularity. But, everybody working on a whole ChainX stage.
There's so many people back there, you guys, doing their thing to make this all possible.
Yeah, so everybody matters in the scope of things, and we all can be instruments, right?
I agree. And I think that segues beautifully, that mentality. You're doing such incredible things with Imagine Justice.
Oh, yeah.
That's a newer project. And I just watched part of the film. You were in San Quentin.
Yeah.
I'm a huge animal lover.
Right.
I watched a specific clip
of
a guy and his dog. And he was talking about rehabilitating the animal, but in actuality, he was rehabilitating himself.
Yes.
The amount of gratitude he had, I felt at the end of that, I had more in common with him than I did not.
Yeah.
Really amazing. So what was some of the inspiration behind starting that?
Okay, so Imagine Justice is an arm of what we do when we're working towards criminal justice reform. And we recently been going into prisons in California and just sitting down and talking with men and women who are incarcerated. And I've met some of the most enlightened people. In fact, I met a gentleman by the name of Charles. I sat in his cell with him. He had been involved in gangbanging and he was abused as a child. His brother had been in prison. I sat with him and talked. He was a coder. He eventually, after I met him in March, he was released in August. He was sentenced for 8 years, released in August, came out, was working with the person who I teamed up with to go inside the prisons, which is called ARC, Anti-Recidivism Coalition. Everybody in prison is doing good, right? But some people are really transforming their lives. And those that have the opportunity to get exposed to new things, and they all are ready to pay their dues, but also be recognized as a human being and have the chance to be rehabilitated. When we talk about our country has been known as a land of opportunity, a land of freedom, and we should take the oppressed and the people who are downtrodden and the people who are cast out and give them some love, give them some opportunity, give them a chance to be forgiven and to be redeemed. And that's what we ended up going to 5 prisons in California and performed at each yard. It was people there who had never been to a concert in their life. And people there who worked on our set to help build our stages who had never had a job before. These are some of the opportunities that people within these communities just are not getting exposed to and just don't have a chance to. So with our tech abilities, when we say we're advancing technology and moving the world forward, we got to embrace the world and take it to the people who don't even know about it. And then I really believe we'll be moving the world forward.
So you're actually helping put some humanism back in humans.
Yeah, I mean,
basic fundamental rights.
Well, I'm part of it. They honestly, I learned from them, and they took the steps. It's amazing when you meet somebody, you shake the hand of somebody you know it has killed someone, but you see such a humane person, and you get to a point where you don't judge as much because you're in proximity. I don't know if you all know about Brian Stevenson, but Brian Stevenson is this brilliant gentleman who's been helping to get people off death row, and he has the Equal Justice Initiative. And in one of his speeches, I heard him say, "Man, you got to be in proximity of people to be a part of the change." And me getting to just go into these places was a whole nother experience. I mean, it's a powerful thing, and I'm not saying that every person should just step up into a prison, but at the end of the day, at least consider and think about those people when we make the moves we make, or when we're coming up with ideas for how to better this world. Let's not forget them.
Isn't this really about, at the end of the day, each person doing their part, stepping up, doing their best every day?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is about us doing our best every day, and us recognizing too, we all on the journey. None of us are sitting here in perfection at all, and we just, if we can claim and command for the day that we're gonna do our best and go out there and do that, and when we make the mistakes, recognize them and improve and correct ourselves, and I think we're doing right by ourselves and by our loved ones and by our communities and by the world. I feel like one step can change the world. All it takes is one step. My math teacher, Mr. Brown, used to say to me in math, when I would be acting up and acting a fool, he'd be like, "Don't be a bumbler. You're greater than that." Yeah. And those little words he said, he didn't know that it would stick with me for the rest of my life. That, man, I'm greater than the way I was acting, and it actually reinforced that I could actually be something in my life. So Mr. Brown was somebody that gave a little seed to me, and now I'm able to pass the seed to some other people. And thank God, we're grateful to have the microphone. The microphone gives you even more responsibility.
You gotta pay it forward.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to do their part and pay it forward.
Yeah.
Give what they can give, but realize a small gesture can have a huge impact.
Yes.
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 Can you guys just give it up for Common? What an amazing